My name is Harold Vanicek. I am the pastor of St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Marble Falls, Texas. And you know what? I love early mornings. And I especially love that transition time between night and day. This special and holy time between when the sounds of night, like the cricket and the owl, begin to fade, and the sounds of day, like the cardinal and the chickadee, begin to wake up. We are immersed in sound every day, like the sounds from nature, or the voices of family and friends, to our devices in our pockets, and our favorite music we love to listen to. What's amazing is that we learn to recognize certain sounds throughout our life, like the sound of a plane that's flying over, or the voice of a parent or teacher. Today, Jesus says, "I am the Good Shepherd." And he goes on to say that he knows his flock, and his flock know him. That the flock following him will listen to his voice. Jesus is saying that we are able to recognize his voice. Yet, how do we recognize the voice of Jesus in our life and in our world? I have a small science demonstration that may help us wonder a little more about that. So come join me. Well, here I have my handy dandy resonance demonstrator. And it's really easy to make, and you can have an adult help you make this in an afternoon. All you need is a piece of wood, some wooden dowels, and some rubber balls. Instructions for how to make this resonance demonstrator are in our YouTube video notes. So something really neat happens when I move this block of wood back and forth at different speeds. Look at what happens when I move it at a slow speed. Now look at what happens when I move it at a medium speed. And look what happens when I move it at a fast speed. At different speeds, a different height ball moves back and forth more wildly. And when I move the block slowly, the ball on the longest dowel moves the most. But when I move the block fast, the ball with the shortest dowel moves the most. So you may wonder what's going on. This is called resonance. Resonance happens when a bunch of small inputs, like moving a block of wood back and forth, happen at just the right time to add up to create a large movement. So what if recognizing the voice of God is about resonating with God, about being on the same frequency and the same movement with God in the world? And the word that we would use to describe God's movement and God's frequency in the world is love. Or maybe resonating with God happens when a bunch of God things happen around us at just the right time to add up to create a large movement within us, moving our hearts, giving us goosebumps, and filling us with just the right things to say or do in the moment to bring healing and life to others. So I want you to go and resonate with God's shepherding love for all, which resonates in you every moment of every day because of our good shepherd, Jesus. Amen.